So, what's your name and where do you live?
My name is Marnie Cooper, and I live in Studio City, California.
And how long have you had your clutter challenge?
I don't remember ever not having a clutter challenge, ever. I'm sure that when I was born, I was not coming into the world with my bags, but other than that day, I believe I had a clutter challenge.
So, how many areas and rooms in your home are cluttered?
Every room is cluttered. They're all livable, which is important. And I've worked very hard on making them livable. But people coming in would say, you're very eclectic, or you're very creative, or you have a lot of stuff. But nobody would suspect that it's as deep rooted as it is.
Before you started your clutter clearing journey, of which you are on step 2 of the 7 steps, what had you tried in the past to deal with your clutter?
Well, I have done a lot of work previously. I really have been working on letting go for the last 7 years, which sounds outrageous to me anyway, because I'm a perfectionist as well. But the key, really, in my case, was that I was still shopping. So even though the place was getting, even though I had less stuff because I let go of so much, more was coming in. So it never allowed me to, I don't know if complete is a good word, but to reap the full benefits of having a clutter-free home. I'm sure that a lot of it was psychological, is psychological, and the journey is really special because it's allowing me to slowly uncover why. And I never thought the why was important. In fact, I would tell people, just let it go, just grin and bear it, whatever. But the why has become super important. And I think is really the key to being free.
Yeah. So, before you started your journey, what was your biggest challenge? I think you just touched on it there, perhaps.
It was definitely shopping. And I also saw myself as this creative person who would have things that nobody else had. Like, I do have a phone booth in my living room. I was supposed to go out and get a bed, and I came home with a phone booth. My husband was not happy, told me I should sleep in it. But it's cool. It's really cool, and I love it. I also have a fish tank that looks like an old TV, and it's just phenomenal. So I would always purchase something if it looked really different or cool. The problem with that is that these two, or actually I also have like a Harry Potter chair. So these three things that are really special are not seen the way they could be because I have so much stuff. So yeah, there's too much stuff to admire the real treasures, if you will.
So, given how long you've had your clutter challenge, why did you decide to start your clutter clearing journey when you did?
something about you. Perhaps it was that you've been there, done that, which made it very special. You're not a therapist, and you're not, you're a very down to earth, kind, inviting person. I've never met anyone as non-judgmental. I mean, it's like I say things and I expect, oh God, she's going to kill me. And my husband will say, oh, has she ever? And I, no, she'll probably just say, all right, Marnie, you did better than you did last time. And, you have a positive outlook, but also a sense of humor and just very attractive qualities for me that I responded to. I also, a friend of mine had told me about you, and I watched some of your videos and I was like, okay, that's nice. Not for me, and then it stayed in it was like you planted that seed. And then I felt like now is the time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what surprised you most about the journey so far? It might be something you've learned or realized or achieved.
I've been in therapy on and off most of my life. And this is deep stuff. And I work in tandem with my therapist because I'm uncovering things that never got uncovered before. Because as we've learned, and as I've known for years, it's not about the stuff, it's what's underneath it. So the digging and the discovering has been really fantastic. I love to learn, and that's something that you really supply. I love to learn about the brain. I watch some of the videos over and over again. I go, what the heck is it called? The almond thing, or the, God, there's a lot of terms, and I don't feel like I need to pass a test. I just feel like I want to understand why I tick the way I tick. And you supply that, which is phenomenal. Nobody else has ever supplied why. Why do I do this? And that's really cool.
Ooh. So finally, Marnie, what advice would you have for anyone who is nervous about getting the help to deal with their clutter or starting their clutter clearing journey?
I would say that I don't want to go do it, because I don't want somebody saying that to me. Just do it, grin and bear it. But I would say, as I've learned from you, the discomfort is bringing up feelings of change. And the discomfort is not bad. It shouldn't be labeled bad. It is really telling you that, I don't know how to explain this well, but the discomfort should not dissuade you from forging ahead. The discomfort, it's actually telling you that you will have to change, but the change that we do on the journey is subtle and slow. In fact, you don't allow it to go fast. And that's really special too, because we always think of, at least most people think of, oh, you have a clutter problem, oh, you suffer from a hoarding disorder, as I do. I have no problem saying that. I have been diagnosed. And most people think that I should do as they show you on the shows and hire a big old, garbage can and just toss everything in it. And that is absolutely not the way to do this. And that's important that people know that you never say, oh, that must go, ever. It's our decision. And just the way that you map everything out is with such I just have to say kindness and understanding that this is not easy. You never tell us what we have to do. Like I said, if anything, you go, hey, slow down there, Hoss. You need to the body has been doing something different. In my case, my whole life. So making a big change will set me off and I'll be back where I started. So the slowness also allows me to uncover a lot about myself. And then what I do is bring it to my therapist and say, I can't believe what I uncovered, if you will. And then we deal with that. I know I'm answering with really long answers, but I have so much to say and I want to make sure I communicate it properly. So I think if you're thinking of starting, try it. What is the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen, you say, this is not for me. And you close that door. And Claire, like nobody else, will not judge you. So there's no reason not to try it. There's no pressure. It is so not a pressure environment, and the people that you meet that support you are so lovely. I wish often that I lived in London and could visit all of these people and could go for tea with them, because they're lovely. They've opened up a new group of people in my life that I consider my friends. So it's all been good. It's all been good. And I have to say, I've had a lot of resistance because I don't think anybody likes change. I certainly don't. And you help us as well work through the resistance and let us know that resistance is a good sign.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing so openly, Marnie, and for sharing your story. I'm sure you will inspire people who struggle with clutter, that there is hope. And
I want to say one other thing. A, because I love to talk, and B, because it's really important, is that my husband has noticed such a difference. And my daughter came home and was talking to me about the clutter, and my husband was like, you have got to give mom a lot of credit. She's working with Claire, and there are so many changes that have happened. And for my husband to say that, that's really special.
It's always nice when other people notice and recognize and acknowledge. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing, Marnie.
Sure.
See you soon.